Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In this video I'm going to talk about my favorite makeup products of 2020, and I am going to start with the very first step of makeup, which is normally primer. Now I have taken a step back from primers. I am not going to try them that often, but I definitely feel that this was the primer that I was using every now and then in 2020 whenever I wanted some pore filling action. So this was the primer that I was using. This one is from Color Bar and this is for 499 rupees. Very decent quantities also there. It's a clear gel primer which is silicone in nature, so it's going to fill your pores. I have very tiny pores, so I can only talk about them. It does the job of what it claims. As far as the long lasting part is concerned, I have seen that normally primers do not give me that long lasting power. I mean, they do like 20-25 minutes, not more than that. So I feel that this was the primer that I used the most in 2020 for just filling my pores. Next up is foundation. Now this is, trust me, this is not sponsored, but this was the foundation that I was loving in 2020. This is from Color Bar and this is in the shade FC 4.1. It comes with a pump, so pretty travel friendly tube. And the price is, I think it's for 995 rupees. I think on Color Bar you will not get more than 10 or 15% off on this particular product, because this is a new launch of 2020. This is one of those foundations that is neither too glossy nor too matte for my liking especially. So it's more of a demi matte finish and it doesn't transfer too much. Ever since I started using this, I am not even going back to my Nykaa anti-pollution foundation, which was I think my last year's favorite, but this has it has replaced that foundation. It's so good. But I haven't really tested this one on my greasy oily skin. I have to be a pakoda before I tested it on my oily skin. I also think that this is not going to work on textured skin. I'll tell you why. Because when I was testing Mama Earth's products, I did notice that I was getting a little bit of bumpiness and I was breaking out around my mouth area and around my cheek area. So I applied this one to just see whether it is going to cover or not. It wasn't looking nice, so I don't think that textured skin will like it. But other than that, if you have very tiny pores or even normal to dry skin type, you can definitely try it out. The shade is just the perfect match for me. I don't need to mix it with any other foundation, and trust me, there is no other feeling like that when you get your perfect shade of foundation. Ask this to a girl who has bought 10 different shades of foundation and every time it was a miss. I like how it can build up and still look natural. The staying power is also pretty damn good. It was like for 6 to 7 hours of staying power with this particular one. So all in all, I love it. That's why it's there in my yearly favorites. Moving on to the concealer. So this is my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer in the shade medium. Now medium is not my perfect under eye shade for concealer in this particular range. I do mix it with a color corrector or with a darker shade of concealer. But the concealer, you can see I have emptied. The concealer quality is great. It's very difficult for me to say that this concealer creases too fast, because it doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't. It does stay for like 7 to 7.5 hours on my under eye area, which is pretty dry, and this can be too drying if you have very mature skin. I would say that this is best for people who really prep their eyes. Divine concealer I use in now I use this concealer in the shade Caramel, and that is my perfect shade. But I didn't want to feel guilty that I'm not using this shade, so I always mix it either with a darker shade of concealer or with Caramel, just to balance and get my perfect shade. And yeah, it's a good concealer. It blends very easily. It does stay for a really long time on my under eye area. You have to prep your under eye area. Make sure you use a nice under eye cream. Another amazing find of 2020 was this Swiss Beauty concealer. This is what it looks like, and this is a little bit darker for my skin, you can see clearly, but I don't mind. And I'll tell you why. This is in the shade Warm Sand and this retails for 199 rupees. Guys, I'm telling you, this is something. Swiss Beauty is going to increase the price of this concealer, I'm very sure, because I've seen brands doing that. So make sure you get this one before the prices hike, because this is such an affordable but worth the money, or even you can say that more than what the money kind of concealer. This is what the applicator looks like. It's a doe foot applicator, like a lipstick wand. But this does have so much pigment that you just need two dots, that's it. If you apply more than that, you will look like an Oompa Loompa, so don't do that. This is a little warm or darker shade, dark shade for me, but I don't mind. I'll tell you why, because I mix it either with my medium concealer shade, or I apply a yellow based banana powder on top of it, any yellow powder that I'm going to show you in a while. And it just balances. So if you have seen me in my skincare videos, you will know that my under eye area is darker than my rest of the skin, so I need a darker concealer. I can't match my concealer and my foundation with each other, because it won't balance my skin tone. So I need a darker shade of concealer for my under eye area, and when I mix it with a lighter shade of concealer, or just use a lighter powder, lighter shade of any powder, it looks beautiful, and it does stay for like 5 to 6 hours. I mean, I don't have any complaints. I just feel that this can be a little slippery for people who are on the oilier side, but I can't relate to anybody who has really oily under eye area. I mean, you're very lucky, but normally people do not have a very oily under eye area. Thick consistency, which is why you need a very tiny amount of it. It blends very easily, stays for a really long time, so inexpensive, worth the money. Moving on to the powders. Now this year I was introduced to this powder, which is the Blue Heaven loose powder. This is in the shade Natural. Now I don't think that this is a powder for under eye area unless you have no lines at all, no lines. But this is great for people who are okay with fragrance element of it, because it does have a very strong fragrance. Other than that, it sets your makeup very well. I think it's best for people who are beginners, or people who have really good skin, or on days where you see that, oh, I have good skin. It will last for like 2 to 3 hours. So if you're a beginner, you're looking for something very budget friendly in powder or loose powder section, and this is something that you can try. But do not expect it to last way too long. Just apply it on the days where you are going to attend an event for 2-3 hours, and then just pick your Cinderella shoes and run away from there. Powder has a yellow tinge in it. Normally what I have seen in Blue Heaven based products is that they have a very strong pink undertone, but fortunately I didn't face this issue this time with this powder, which is in the shade Natural. It does have a tinge of yellowness to it, which is more on the warmer side. Oh my god, it has a very strong fragrance. See, I opened it and then it just spread it around. So anyway, the powder is very good. Moving on to something that I have been loving for my oily skin type. This is the powder for me, because for the most seasons I am an oily skin type. This is the powder. This is Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade Mohair. Just have one complaint, that this is for 450 rupees and their packaging is not functional at all. I mean, no, this is not an on the go kind of product. This is something which I can say, yeah, it has a mirror on top and the product is over here. Yes, I can see, I can touch up. But with this one, it's going to be difficult. The product quality, oh my god, I cannot stop raving about it. This is in the shade Mohair, and Mohair has a little bit tinge of pinkiness to it, but I don't mind, because I apply it on just on the areas where I get too oily, just way too oily. So this is my summer powder. I can't apply it during winters because it looks way too drying on my skin type, because it stays for a really long time, for like 6 to 7 hours of mattification it gives. So I definitely like this one. It's very lightweight, but do not try to build it up way too much. Do not even try, because when you build it way too much, it can look cakey and it can look too drying even on oily skin types. Moving on to something that I have raved about already. This is the Sugar powder. It's in the shade Banana Compact. This is what the powder looks like. It has a very strong yellow tinge to it. It does have mirror, very good quality mirror. You get such a cute and soft applicator, spongy applicator that reminds me of actually Tati Beauty's sponge that she came out with. Blendful. The yellow powder in here is very similar to Wet n Wild's Caramel Toffee Duo, wherein you get a yellow powder and a contour shade. Both of them I have hit pan on. I have emptied those products and I love that yellow powder in Wet n Wild Duo. But that product, I cannot find it anywhere. It is out of stock, out of stock, out of stock from everywhere. I have called stores. Do you have Wet n Wild Caramel Toffee? Said no ma'am, we don't. So I don't know what is happening, but anyway this is very close to that yellow powder. The other one, which is Dulce De Leche, that one is light or cool undertone for my liking and for my skin tone as well. So this one is a perfect under eye brightening. If I'm applying a perfect shade of concealer, then I will use something like this. I will always try to brighten my under eye area with a yellow powder. I don't apply a white translucent powder. I don't apply pink undertone powders. I apply something which has yellow tinge to it. So this is perfect for that, but it is not good for photography. Just giving you a heads up. Very good in terms of making your under eye area look bright and pop. It is long lasting. I have used it for reverse contouring, but its reverse contouring is just not my thing. Other than that, for setting your base makeup as well, you can use it. I just feel that this is perfect for under eye area if you're into that highlighting, under eye brightening kind of thing. It does have a good staying power for about 5 to 6 hours. It does stay and looks very pretty on the skin. So, and it is convenient to use. Blushes are something that I didn't purchase or I didn't use anything new as such. There are two blushes that I'm going to talk about, but mostly I was using my lipstick as my blush in 2020. I don't know why. The very first one is a Max Factor blush, and this is in the shade Bronze Soft Copper. It's just a beautiful coppery bronzy blush, and I don't know, I always thought that coppery bronzy colors only look beautiful on foreigners, but I was wrong and I accept it, because ever since I was introduced to this color, I cannot stop applying it on my bare skin. Do not try to use this one on your full face of makeup, because it doesn't work. It makes your makeup look horrible. But on bare skin, if you want something that has that luminous effect to it and a little bit of tint, you want that natural kind of effect, this looks so beautiful on no makeup days, or maybe when you're faking one. It's perfect for medium skin tones. Even lighter skin tones can try it, but they will find it a little terracotta-ish. If you have something similar in your lipstick collection, you absolutely do not need this one. But the trick with this one is that you have to rub your fingers like this, warm up the product, and then apply it. And it just gives that little bit of shine and not glittery, but a very beautiful kind of glossy, and that color looks so pretty. It stays for about 4 to 5 hours. Totally depends on how much you're touching your face. The other blush that I was using is this Maybelline Master Flush Creator. This is what the color looks like. It's in the shade Kiss Bite. Absolutely in love with it, because it does look matte, but it doesn't exaggerate my pores or texture. This is one of Maybelline's blushes which is not under 500 rupees, but you can definitely find it on some sale. It does come with a mirror, so it makes your on the go task very handy and easy to use. Love the color, I love the pigmentation, I love how it looks natural. If you're looking for something matte that stays for about 6 to 7 hours, this is the blush that you can try. Contour slash bronzing, I did use the K Beauty contour stick or pencil. This is in the shade Caramel Focus. This is such a beautiful color for my skin tone, and this is great if you just want to do nose contouring. Very pigmented, but pigmented in a way that it doesn't give you hard time in terms of blending. It is very soft and buttery, that when you move your dense brush on top of it, it blends very seamlessly and it doesn't leave any marks on your skin, because I hate that. This is best for people who want contouring but they also want it to look natural. This one is, I think it's for 799 rupees, but you can find 10 to 15% off on K-Beauty every now and then. It's definitely very travel friendly, easy to use, blends very seamlessly, stays for a good amount of time, like 5 hours of stay you can expect from this. Next one is from Sugar. It's their Contour De Force mini bronzer in the shade Woody Wonder. Pan size here is a little bit small. I know that it has a magnetic closure, but this one is under 400 rupees, 399, so effectively 400 rupees. The powder here actually blends very easily, and it's a beginners friendly kind of contour powder. If you want something that is buildable and not too harsh in one go, just take your contour brush and blend it on your skin. It will blend very easily, and it does last for a good amount of time. Overall, I would say that even though you're not getting a mirror in this one, but the kind of quality and blend that you get from the product, it backs up for that. So definitely something that I can recommend to everybody out there who are looking for something affordable, blendable, but also buildable. You guys know my favorite highlighters like Wet n Wild one and Master Chrome one that I was touching every now and then in 2020, but the new two highlighters that I was introduced to and I was using constantly, or maybe I already had but didn't use that much because I was in love with Master Chrome and Wet n Wild highlighters, because I still am in. If you want something very natural, I was using this Rene Cosmetics highlighter. It's in the lipstick form. I just feel that this is one of the most natural looking budget friendly highlighter. I am going to swatch it over here. This is in the shade Gold, by the way, and it does have a tinge of gold to it. It looks so beautiful on skin. I mean bare skin. If you are applying makeup on your skin and then on top you just tap it like this. Do not drag this highlighter on top of your makeup, on top of your compact powder or matte foundation, because when you do that you're also drying the tip of your highlighter and then you're saying my product dried. It will dry because you are applying talc on top of it, which generally foundations or compact powders have. You can't make it look blinding, you just cannot. If you want to apply it on top of your makeup, just rub the finger and tap like this. Tap, don't drag, just tap. This is not a buildable highlighter. This will transfer if you touch your face way too much. It is affordable, it's blendable, it looks beautiful. It comes in 3 shades and this is from Rene Cosmetics, if I haven't mentioned that. But the product quality is there. Champagne Champion from Sugar Cosmetics. This is what the beauty looks like. This one again comes in 3 or 4 shades, and this one is for 399 rupees. A very beautiful highlighter for my skin tone. Can make it look natural, but the more you build it up, the more blinding it is going to look and the more texture it will enhance or exaggerate on your skin. This one lasts for like 6 to 7 hours because this is a powder highlighter. Next one, you guys know what is coming up. Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter, something that I use when I want extra dose of glow on my skin. So I'm just quickly going to show you. This is for 550 rupees. I have broken it by mistake. There was no issue with the packaging. I broke it with my own mistake. But the pigmentation is just way too much. This is a blinding highlighter. You can't make it look too natural. I mean, you can try, but it won't look too natural on your skin, and it does look like you have makeup on, you have highlighter on your skin. I love the way it blends on my skin. I like to build it up step by step or poco a poco. Another one is Crown of My Canopy from Wet n Wild. I'm not showing these highlighters to you. You'll be like, hey Sam, highlighter you used last year. Nah, I did, but what can I do? I love these highlighters. Eyebrows. This is the Innisfree pencil. I think this was in my 2019 favorites as well. My absolute favorite. It's easy, okay? I like something easy for my eyebrows, and I like to make them look quite natural. They might not be looking right now because I use a different setup for this background, but it's one of the best pencils if you are a beginner. This was for just 300 rupees and this is gonna expire in August. Oh my god, I need a new one of this. You have seen this palette so many times on my channel. How can I not say that I didn't use it? This is one of the best drugstore matte palettes under 500 rupees. So this is in the shade Rose in the Air or Rose in the Ear palette from Wet n Wild. It is a flimsy packaging for sure. But you see, that's what happened. Like the bronzer from Wet n Wild, it broke. And I was traveling with this one as well in 2019, but it did not break. You see, great for people who are starting with makeup, who want something affordable. The mattes here are so pigmented and easy to blend. They do have a lot of fallout. So if you're just starting with makeup, I will suggest doing your eye makeup first and then rest of your makeup. There are two shimmer shades. It's not that they are bad. They are easy to work with. If you can create a look with these shimmers, these two shimmers. But if you are new to makeup and you are thinking that, oh my god, it's just way too much work, buy Swiss Beauty liquid eyeshadows. I was trying it out over and over again in 2020, and if you'll see my makeup looks, I have only used these for that liquid or shimmery effect. So this is from Swiss Beauty. So the one that I love is 05 and 03. This is in the shade 05. They are bronzy, coppery. These shades are good. I have done a full swatch video of all the shades. I don't think every shade is as good as these two, the number 5 and number 3 ones. So just watch those swatches and decide for yourself that which one is best for you. I love this one because whatever I was not getting in this palette, I'm getting in this, which is shimmers. So if you want that wet looking kind of look, Swiss Beauty liquid eyeshadows are something that you definitely can invest, and these are very affordable, so it's not going to burn your pocket. Very cost effective and they work very well. The best way to use these, I personally feel that you can use it with a flat brush and apply on top of your lid or however you want it. If you are going to use it directly, after 15 minutes you will feel stretchy or crunchy on your eyes. So the best way I like to use it is with a flat brush. Stays for a really long time, for like 8 to 9 hours, and which is crazy. I thought, what? This is from Huda Beauty. This is their remastered palette. I got this one in November or October of 2019, I believe. This is what the shades look like. They have a lot of shimmers and mattes, all of them. I can't even point out one shade that I do not like in this palette, like one single shade that I dislike. The shimmers work better when you use your fingers. I have seen every makeup artist in Delhi has a Huda Beauty palette, and that too they purchase it themselves, because I have worked with a couple of them and I have seen them buying these. So they are very good if you are a makeup artist, or if you want just one palette, you just want, Archana, just give me one palette and I will keep it for 3 years. I won't spend any money on any eyeshadow, and I like something which has possibility of doing some burnt orangey eye looks and also some shimmery looks, nude looks. I want a mixture of all. So this is something that you can invest on. I got this one when it was on 50% off. So I have even kept the outer packaging so that I am aware about the expiry date. So the reason why I was continuously using this one, because it's going to expire very soon and I want to make the most of it. It's going to expire in 2021, so I want to make most of it. It comes with a giant mirror which has a very good quality, and my fingerprints are on it, so I'm not showing it on camera. The mattes do have a lot of fallout, but I don't mind because they blend very beautifully. You can make them very intense or very light, soft as per your makeup look. But all in all, this blends beautifully. It stays for a really long time. It doesn't crease. Black in here can be used as a liner as well. So overall, it's a good palette. Another palette that I used in 2020, not that often as compared to the other tools that I have mentioned, is this one. This is again from Huda Beauty, and this is in the shade Amethyst Obsessions. And it has these purple undertone color story shadows. All of them are easy to use except this one. I find this one a little difficult, just a tad bit difficult to work with. Other than that, all of them are so beautiful, so pretty. And the shimmers again work best with fingers. Yeah, they're buildable, they're beautiful, they stay for a really long time. Is it possible for me to just upload a video without an error? No, it is not. So I just forgot to add the clip of mascara, and now I've deleted all the files and I can't find that one. So the one mascara that I was constantly using in 2020 was Maybelline Big Shot Mascara, because it adds so much volume to my lashes and it holds my lashes in place for like 7 to 8 hours. It's smudge proof, budge proof, waterproof, everything proof. The another mascara that I was trying again in 2020 was Maybelline Hyper Curl Mascara. Now this one adds a good amount of lift, and primarily I would say that adds volume than length. Liners and kajals. So the Nykaa gel eyeliner is something that I was using as an eyeliner or as kajal. You can see how much I've used. This one is great if you want a finish which is neither too matte nor too glossy. It's just the right perfect soft matte finish once you apply it. So pigmented, so creamy. The brush that it comes with also works. I can't find it right now. So this one is great if you are looking for a cruelty free version of Maybelline gel eyeliner, because this one is cruelty free. It's just very similar to that. It applies very easily, it stays for a really long time, like 7 to 8 hours of staying power is there. If you have really oily eyelid area, then it will transfer on that. And same goes for Beauty Kajal. This is the creamiest kajal that I have right now in my favorites. It has that creamy finish, so if you're very emotional, don't apply it. If you have very oily eyelid, don't apply it. If you are somebody who has normal skin type, you don't cry that often, it stays for a really long time. And any kajal will smudge or budge when you rub your eyes too harshly. So this one is going to smudge or budge if you are going to touch your eye area constantly. Next is lip liners. So I am just mentioning the ones that I've used the most this year. But I have definitely made a video on best lip liners available in India. So two of them are from the Smart Fusion range of Kiko Milano. The number one is 529. They don't have names. At least they don't have names on pencil. And the other one is 534. So one is a brown nude and the other one is a pinkier kind of lip liner. The other one is a pink lip liner. Then I have Sugar one. This is in the shade Taffeta Terracotta. This is a brownie orangey shade. Swatching 529 from Kiko Milano. This is more on the pinkier side. So this is Kiko Milano 529. It's more on the pink undertone side. This one is 534. It does have a little bit of pinkiness to it, but it is more on the brown nude side. And then at last we have Taffeta Terracotta. It does have that warm orangey brown undertone to it. Starting with the Kiko Milano lip liners, these are more on the soft matte side. You do need a sharpener with it, but they look very soft matte on your lips. They are more of those, they are one of those Kylie Jenner-ish nude lipsticks. You can use them as a lipstick, but they won't last more than 3 or 4 hours. If you have anything, they will transfer easily and they will budge from your centers. Underneath your liquid lipstick, you can definitely try them. They do make your lipstick last for a longer period of time and they are not drying at all. Same goes with the Sugar one. Very soft in finish, very easy to line your lips with all these 3 lip liners. Very affordable. Kiko Milano ones are for like 270 or 290 rupees. The Sugar ones are also pretty affordable. These are under 500 rupees. The Sugar one is, I would say it's not as matte as the Kiko ones, but it does make your liquid lipstick look not that drying. at least the ones that I have in my collection. Sugar lip liner lasts for just an hour more than the Kiko Milano lip liners if you use them as lipsticks. But other than that, all of these lip liners are very easy to apply. They are smooth, they give a soft matte finish. I love them for their pigmentation and how affordable they are, and they definitely deserve to be in my 2020 favorites. That's all for today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this one. See you guys very soon. Bye.